My man Lester, you in the house?
What's up, bro?
We finally meet.
Yes, finally.
Yeah.
Zoom style, right?
Hey, man, we got to do it, man.
Absolutely.
Take advantage of this beautiful thing called technology, right?
Indeed, indeed, indeed. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yes, man. I'm saying what's up to some people who jumping in already. So,
okay.
Audio sounds clean. Lighting is good. Happy Juneteenth to you too, sis. Happy Juneteenth.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, I was looking at somebody throwing a comment up. So, man, there's a lot of people who probably jump in and out. They'll ask some questions. So, we're going to go for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
So, then you'll be able to get back on with your beautiful day in ATL. Are you in Atlanta right now?
I am. I'm in Atlanta.
All right, cool. And then, so what I do a brief intro. I talk about, I basically say what people watching and then talk about you for a second. Then we jump right in.
All right.
And basically, we're going to talk about you. And, we're going to get your input on a lot of things, too. So.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. That Greene's fitting you perfect, man. It's perfect.
Yeah, I know. As actors, it's all about the colors. It's all about the colors.
And that's why I have.
See, I can't be fancy like that. I'm trying to work on that. I'm getting my own little setup pretty soon.
Hey, man, Amazon they got some great self-tapes because, that's what we're dealing with. That's the wave of, not the future, of the present.
I agree.
I don't know how you see it in ATL, but LA, they're actually on our Actors Access. They just started live auditions via Actors Access. So we'll do video live audition. So I was like, hey, this is cool. I ain't got to drive through LA traffic to get to the audition no more.
I agree. Yeah, you talking about the EcoCast Live or?
Yeah, EcoCast Live. That's what they're.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah, me too. It's new.
Takes away the anxiety of when you go into an audition.
Yeah, I still like to be in the room though, but
yeah,
we'll get used to it.
Hey, you know what? I feel you on that. There was nothing like being like face to face with casting, so they can really feel your energy. And oh man, we getting closer now. Let me go ahead and do the intro. Okay, we're gonna talk about this anyway, man. I'm just glad that we finally met face to face, and I admire a lot of your work. I've seen you. I showed my wife. I said, yeah, me and him, we've been talking. We will eventually work together. She was like, okay, because
okay.
We watched you on the Wu-Tang Saga.
Oh yeah.
So,
absolutely, I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's all love, bro, all love. And then you're an author too, so.
Yeah. Game recognized game. I tell people that all the time. I feel like we're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of stuff we're doing, we were kind of doing at the same time. So it's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the intro now because people are logged in. Thank you everybody for coming in. We welcome you to ask questions during the time, interact with us. You're gonna enjoy this time. This is RDC Speak Life Sessions. My name is Rodney. I am the host and creator of the show. You can actually subscribe to the podcast on Apple. Make sure you rate the podcast when you subscribe and listen. A brother needs some ratings. Ratings help move the podcast up the ladder. Also, you can follow on Spotify, on Google, on Castbox, and Anchor. It's available on all platforms. We want to welcome new subscribers who have been joining our IG Live and our podcast from Germany, from Austria, from Scotland, from Ireland, and Africa, outside the United States. The rest of the world, come on, you're more than welcome to join this party because it's starting to grow. Today on my IG Live, I have an incredible, talented actor as my special guest. He has appeared on the Wu-Tang Saga on Hulu. He also was on one of my favorite shows, Power, on Stars, and he has many more shows to his name. He's an author. And he is an incredible actor that is burning up the ATL film industry. Without further ado, let's show some love. Fist bumps, hearts, whatever you got to do for my man, Lester Greene.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, Rodney. I'm a huge fan of your show, and I love what you're doing for everybody.
Well, man, it's all love, man. To me, it's a blessing when somebody decides to be on your show. So thank you very much for being here. So we show some brother love. Let's just talk about you, man. You have an incredible journey. I know you got a degree in journalism. Matter of fact, my son just graduated with a degree in journalism from Miami, Ohio. So, and he's going into the industry as well. So, but
I saw that.
When did you develop your passion for the arts?
Well, when I was growing up, I was always into writing and creative writing. So I was always sort of just writing down my own thoughts and trying to create different scenarios that were sort of on the fantasy side.
Yes.
But I just loved being creative. And I think it started from then, and it just sort of evolved and took on a new life as I got older. So I just love being a part of the process. You know, when you're creating things, you start here and then you sort of move along towards the end. And so I've always been a fan of that.
Love that, man. So you grew up in Texas, right?
I did. I grew up in El Paso, Texas. My father was in the military. So we did a lot of traveling, and I lived in Texas. I lived in Germany. I lived in Georgia before I moved back here to Georgia. And then I went to New York. So did a lot of traveling around. And I think it really shaped who I am today, because sometimes if you stay in one area, you sort of have that limited mindset. So it's nice to sort of get out and see the world.
Oh, that's critical. Now, you were born in Germany?
I was born in Germany. I was born in Bremerhaven, Germany. I stayed there for about 5 years, and then I moved, and I really wanted to stay, but as a kid, you don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
And so we moved to Texas, and then I grew up in Texas. So I claimed Texas before I actually claimed Germany, but I was just born in Germany.
But you have dual citizenship then? I
do. So that's something that I want to do, though. I actually want to go back to Germany and possibly act.
Not possibly, you will.
True, exactly. See, that's the life coach in you. I like that. Don't think I don't know anything about you. I know you mentoring people and coaching people. I love what you're doing, but no, you're absolutely right. I got to claim it. So I'm going to go back to Germany and pursue some acting out there, and you never know what might happen.
Well, I already know what's going to happen, because what I've seen in your journey is that things are just lining up for you. Dominoes are falling. You're doing the work. You have the talent, you have the ability, but you're doing the work. There's a lot of people who have the talent and the ability, but they don't do the work.
Right. Nah, totally. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I really do. I think a lot of times people want to take that shortcut. You know, they want to go that route that's a little faster. But for me, I love doing this. So I'm all about the process and putting in that work.
Well, I can tell you have a love for the craft. And I love one of Don Cheadle's quotes when somebody asked him about acting, about being famous.
Right.
He said, if you want to be famous, don't act.
Oh,
There's plenty of ways you can get famous. Not saying that you and I aren't climbing the ladder to where we're seeking and stuff, but the fact is that I tell everybody, fame is something, you can get fame right now just being on the internet, and you got videos that people love that, that makes you famous. And I ain't gonna hate on them, because they're taking advantage of what's available now.
Right.
20 years ago, you couldn't do that.
I agree. Yeah, but let me ask you a question. You don't ever look at those people who sort of blow up overnight and say to yourself, well, I'm putting in all this work. Why is it that I'm not sort of getting that sort of exposure? Do you ever question that or wonder why it's not happening sooner for you because you're putting in all that work?
Nope, because you know why? I'm a firm believer that what's for me is for me.
Wow.
And they're gifted. They took advantage of an incredible opportunity.
Right.
It's like,
that's a good point.
The market is providing for it. I'm like, I can't hate on them for, taking advantage of the market and just being creative. We're producing content that people are gravitating to. You get 1 million followers and you start monetizing, and next you're on a TV show. I was like, man, what I've learned in this industry is that everyone's path is different. So I never look at another person's path as like, man, I wish I was with them. Now I applaud, I celebrate everybody who's making it up the ladder wherever they're going, because this is a grind.
It is.
But I've accepted that I have a path that I have to walk. I have peace about it, and everybody else have their own path. My whole thing is, just don't hate on me while I'm climbing. That's what just don't hate.
Right. Let me do my thing.
Yeah. You do yours, I do mine.
I love that. No, that's a good way to look at it. But when you first start out, sometimes it's hard to sort of tell yourself that because you feel like you should be higher up because of all the work you're putting in. But I totally like that. That's a great mindset to keep.
You want to know why it affects us most of the time, like when we're early in our careers? It's because we're trying to figure out our identity, who we really are.
Yeah.
We're like, it's like, man, well, should I be doing what they're doing because, you know, they got all this thing? It's like, no, stay faithful to what's in your heart. Have that motto, man. What's for you is for you, man. And you pursue that. They made it happen that way. That's great. I'll tell everybody that longevity in the industry comes from getting on the other side of the camera. So you can only be in front of the camera so long until you burn out as an actor. So you want to get on the producing side like you do, like I do. You want to create your own products. You want to write so you can get on that other side of the camera and develop a full career. Not just saying, I just want to be in the camera all the time. If you notice, I watch very closely. There are times when actors will blow up. You'll see them in 2 or 3 years. You'll see them in a ton of stuff.
Right.
The next you know, you're like, wait, where'd it go?
What happened to them? Right.
Because the industry gets tired of seeing your face.
Good point.
It does. So you have to think strategically. Like,
you got to diversify.
I'm going to take advantage of, you know, those 2-3 years. I'm going to blow up.
Right.
But then you like, okay, let me get on that other side.
Right.
And start controlling the narrative. That's what longevity brings.
Good point.
We all are going to hit some point in our career where you're in demand and just going crazy. You take advantage of that. Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
But know that you're going to be hot 5 years, 7 years, maybe 2 years. I don't know. However many years you're hot, you get that.
Right.
Get that branding, then you move on.
Take advantage of that window that's open.
And you still act, you stay involved with the arts, but you get on the other side. So you're helping to raise up other actors and help them to understand.
Right.
You got to control the narrative in order to have longevity in the industry.
Yeah, I like what you said about helping other people sort of elevate. I feel like a lot of people aren't doing that. It's happening more now, but I feel like people in power are starting to sort of give back and give people a helping hand. I think that's important. How do you feel about that? Because I know you're always producing stuff and giving opportunities to actors who are looking for roles. How do you feel about that?
Bruh, I'm a firm believer that as I'm climbing, I should be reaching my hand back because somebody's climbing right behind me.
Wow.
Pulling them. Like, come on, I know you coming too, so let me pull you up too. If I find a different path that, I ain't gonna say easier, smoother, smoother path. Let me help you go this way.
Yeah.
So I definitely believe that we have a responsibility, even at whatever level. Even people who are new to the industry, I tell them, you have a responsibility to help somebody who may be interested in the industry. And whatever field we're in, I've always felt that you got to have a Joshua in the house. Now I'm gonna get a little biblical with it, but you know, Moses, as he was rising up, he raised up a Joshua to step in because Moses knew eventually he was going to die. So who's going to step in and lead when he's gone? So I had that mindset in my household, in my son. I've constantly raised him that way, my daughter. And anybody I mentor, I was like, you have a responsibility to mentor someone else. You know, you can't just get all, you know, fat, you know.
Right.
Somebody else giving you stuff. You getting all fat chilling.
And watching
you ain't helping nobody. You can't do it. To me, I think that gives you motivation. The more you reach out to help someone else, the more you feel that accountability with them, because then they're watching you. I'm telling you.
And they're going to do the same thing that you did for them, for somebody else.
And if you quit, they'll quit.
That's good.
I'm telling you, everything is like somebody's watching. So everybody's watching you, man, because I see you all over the place. I do. I'll turn on Hulu, I'm like, man, let's go. But it's like, I smile. I get excited because I love seeing people win. You're not looking at how challenging this industry is.
Yeah.
And to see what you have accomplished is beautiful, man. That's why.
Hey, let me just say, I respect you so much because it's so hard to find people who genuinely want to see you win. I don't see a lot of people like that. So when I see those people, I try to gravitate towards them. I try to say, let me work with this guy. I can't wait to work with you. Yeah.
Man, there's enough pie for everybody. I just want a slice.
I just want a slice.
And that slice will take care of you. You know what we get, you know, as you climb up the ladder, and you getting some of these feature films and the contracts, man, you create legacies forever with those type of contracts. And that's just a slice. You don't need the whole pie. You get the whole pie, you're unhealthy anyway. You get too much of that.
Nah, I think it's important to share. I love that. Let me ask you another question. Do you ever have a difficult time sort of maneuvering through the industry because you sort of look like Denzel Washington? Is that a curse or is that a gift?
Man,
I'm serious because I saw your pictures and I'm saying, this guy looks like Denzel, and you got that charismatic personality. So I'm just wondering, do you use that to work for you, or does it work against you when you go into the audition room?
Well, you know what? Let me first give credit to my wife, who first said this over 20 years ago that I resembled Denzel, and I didn't believe her. I was like, you gotta say that. Every woman want to be like, you know, I'm married to Denzel. I was like, you just saying that. But then I was walking out of a building downtown Cleveland, and this older lady, she was just standing next to me while I was walking out. She was like, "Excuse me, young man, you look exactly like Denzel." I was like, "Oh my goodness." I had to go home and tell my wife. I was like, "Sorry."
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I was like, she was like, "See what? You gotta have somebody else's validation before you say."
Wow.
But the whole thing was, as far as to answer your question is, I look at it like a gift because one, he's somebody I've admired since his days of St. Elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
You know, do I try to be like him? No way, because there's only one Denzel. He's got a son, John David.
He does.
He's
pretty good.
You know, but I admire him. It's one of my dreams to one day work with him and as a principal actor on a project with him. It's one of my dreams. So I'm putting it out there that one day it's going to happen.
You will.
And very soon. I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than I expect. But I look at it like, I've heard that from casting directors sometimes. They'll just kind of be like, whoa, you kind of got. And I was just like, well, I'm not trying to be him. I'll say, this is me. He's him. I was like, I have a path to walk. I said, would I love to have his type of influence in the industry? Yes.
Absolutely.
But as far as to, you know, do stuff that he does, I made one mistake a long time ago.
I love it.
And I tried to learn a monologue because I had an audition. I had to do a monologue. So I learned a monologue from Remember the Titans. Which,
I love that one. The football coach?
Yeah. I was like, I shouldn't have did it though. Because I went in there and it's like, cardinal rule number 1, never do a monologue from a famous actor. Never.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's a good one. I've used it before though, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't even look at him no more because you are instantly compared to that actor.
Right.
And oh my God, I went in there and I started doing the monologue and I saw their eyes looking and I was like, oh my goodness, they're comparing me to Denzel. I done messed the audition.
Right.
Yeah, I messed the audition up. And I was like, never again. So that's the only way it could be a curse. If I tried to be Denzel.
Got it.
But if I
did you book that job or?
No, I didn't. No. I destroyed the monologue because it was like I wasn't all the way there because I felt, you know how you can feel the energy.
Yeah, of course. You can tell.
I was just like, oh man, they looking at me. I know what's in their mind because it's in my mind.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have did this monologue.
Yeah. Well, it's a good learning experience though. It happens.
It happens to everybody.
I've been there. Yeah, we all been there. Absolutely. And not even that, but I've had auditions where I thought I bombed it and I ended up booking the roles. So sometimes you just never know. You just got to go in there and do your best and then live with the results.
Man, while we talking about your career stuff, man.
Yeah.
When you got to New York City.
Right.
Tell us about New York, man. Why New York and why not LA? You know, I'm kind of partial to LA.
Yeah,
I like the warm weather, but I love New York City too.
Yeah.
But so tell me, what's up?
Well, yeah, with New York, my other brothers lived there, so it was a no-brainer. It was like a reunion for me, and so I moved there to be with them. But LA is on my mind, though. I definitely want to move to California at some point and just test the waters. I want to see what it's all about. I want to see how I can do, or you never know where this life is going to carry you. So hopefully LA will be in my future pretty soon. But yeah, New York, I love New York though. I didn't want to leave New York because I like the energy. There's a certain hustler's mentality that comes from being in New York. Have you ever been there or?
3 times. Yeah.
Okay, you lived there or?
No, I just visited. Spent weeks at a time there. I love New York. I love it.
Were you acting then?
Huh?
Were you acting then when you?
No, man. That was when I was in corporate America, and I had won some trips. And,
okay.
They paid for us. We stayed at the Plaza.
Okay, got it.
You know, it was. You know, I was just like, oh, okay, this is balling. You know,
right.
But I was just like, the energy is amazing. 3 o'clock in the morning is like noon in New York.
Yeah, exactly,
you know?
exactly. You gotta. The thing about it is that when you go to New York and you live there for a while, you tend to pick up certain mannerisms. There's something about the air in New York that just sort of makes you get up and do something. So I've always had that go-getter mentality. And so when I came here to Atlanta, I just hit the ground running. It was like slow motion out here because New York is so fast-paced. So exactly. So, but I saw a picture of you with a football. You played football?
Oh, that was a long time ago. Yeah, back in the I was a football player. You know.
Okay.
Wide receiver, cornerback, kick return, and punt return. You know.
So you must have had football dreams of.
That was my part of my goal was to play pro football. You know, I wanted to work in the industry also, but before that, I wanted to play football. But you get a couple injuries. Like I got some scars from some major injuries on my shoulders.
Okay.
That ended that career pretty quickly. So.
Okay. Wow.
But I love football, man. That is my favorite sport. To me, it's the essence of building a team and being successful, and recognizing that one person can't do it all. That you need more than you need a team.
You need a team
to be successful, and that's what I learned from football.
Right.
Work as a team.
I love that. Same with acting too, I guess. Right, when you're on set, and it's a team effort.
To me, it's never about one of us. It's about the whole production.
Yeah.
You and I, when we're cast in a role, our job is to serve that character by becoming that character more than anything, and letting everybody feel that character, the pain of that character, the joy of that character, the anger of that character, whatever that character needs to bring out. When you step on the set, they need to be like, oh, here comes whoever, whatever it is. But here, they ain't calling you, Lester anymore. They call you by the name of the character. Yeah. Because you become the character so much, where they're like, whoa. That's how I act. I take on the role so much that I have to rest after I do a role because I expel so much emotional energy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm just exhausted.
Same here.
Done.
Yeah. But I could totally see you being a football agent. I'm talking about a real football agent or some kind of mentor who comes in and sort of coaches younger athletes. You ever thought about going down that avenue? Because it's not all about just playing.
I thought about using it with my coaching as a life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
As my platform grows, I'll do more mentoring and working with teams and stuff like that, encouraging them. Because that's another area that I love to do. I've had a chance to go to Liberia, where I helped build a school in Monrovia. Yeah, it was amazing. So I want to go back over there and use my gifts over there. Been to Accra, then Ghana. So I've had a wonderful time there. Like my wife and I were talking about building a house in Ghana. Probably, maybe in the next 10 years or so. Yeah, just having a home, maybe 3 or 4 months
another
a
home.
Year.
Yeah.
Go.
Right.
Just the we connect, because I got to Africa, it blew me away. But a lot of the people said, "Where have you been?" I was like, "You're saying, look." I'm like, "What do you mean?" It was like everyone else comes to Africa except you, and I'm like, me. I thought they was personally talking, but they was talking about Black African Americans,
right?
Slash ADOS. They was talking about all of us. It was like, why don't you come? Why don't you come? You don't like us?
Wow.
And I was like, well, honestly, I used to hear that you all didn't like us.
Interesting.
And they was like, that is a lie. This is your land.
This your home.
Where you are from.
Right.
This belongs to you just as much as us. Wow. And I'm sitting there like, I had the chills.
Yeah.
I was blown away. Yeah, it's powerful because we've been told that, we're not liked. over in Africa, but that's a lot.
What about you? You ever thought about filming?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm definitely going to.
Okay, that's what I thought. That would make for a great film. I don't know if you have any ideas, but going out there and filming something, that would be incredible.
Man, I'm going to do several films in Africa that I produce. And one of my other things is I want to produce like a story like David or something like that from the Bible that's filmed over in Africa, in the Middle East. I want to film it. I want to cast it properly, not corny. I'm talking about really take it to a whole other
big
level.
Production. Yeah,
so that's one of my dream productions as a producer and director, is to do my own project and just blow it up, like really take away the cheesiness, the corniness, because you know a lot of those biblical.
I agree. Yeah, a lot of fluff. Yeah.
Just really come on. The Bible is just as hard hitting as a lot of other books. So
I agree. Absolutely, so many stories in there.
A lot of the stories we watch now are pretty much imitations from what we read
in the Bible.
The soap operas have so much of that stuff going on. Man, tell me about your interaction with 50.
Oh, yeah.
Empower.
Yeah. So I didn't get a chance to work directly with 50 Cent, but he was in the room during a couple of my scenes, and I got a chance to interact with Amari Harwick.
All right.
So, yeah, Amari Harwick. So I was the bailiff, and you know the guy who says, you swear to tell the truth, blah, 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 so help you God. So I was that guy, and I was just watching Amari Harwick work behind the scenes, because during each cut, they would sort of talk about the script. And Amari Harwick had a problem with one of the lines. He was saying, oh, my character would never say something like this. It just doesn't feel authentic. And he went into a big thing because I guess they weren't really listening to him. And he said, no, listen, my character wouldn't say that. I just don't feel right saying it. Wow. So they had this back and forth thing. And I'm watching this unfold, and I'm saying to myself, wow, is this what happens on this level? Because I didn't know that stuff happened, right?
Yeah.
And I was so happy that he stood up for what he believed in.
Yeah.
You know, as actors, we have to marry this script or whatever our character is. Yeah. And he just believed that his character wouldn't say that. And so eventually they were able to reach a compromise. But I learned so much from just watching that interaction. So kudos to Amari Harwick. But I do have a 50 Cent story. I worked with him on 50 Central. I don't know if you ever heard of that show. It's on BET.
Yes, I have.
Okay, all right, so I go into the audition room thinking that it's just a regular audition, not knowing that it's for 50 Central. So I go in there and they want me to read some lines. So I read the lines to a regular casting director who's sitting right there. I do the lines and he's okay, I like that. I need you to do it this way now. So as I prepare to do it the way that the casting director asked me to do it, 50 Cent walks in. And I kid you not, Rodney, I said to myself, this is my moment. I'm gonna make it. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, okay, this is it. This is my moment. I've been waiting for this, so I'm gonna just show him what I could do. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be all over the television, right? So he comes in and he says, all right, just don't mind me. Just act like I'm not even here. And I was just so shocked. I was speechless. So I do the scene again, and 50 Cent says, yeah, I like that. He said it just like that. He said, you giving me Denzel. I want you to do it like me. Do it. How would 50 Cent do it? And I was just like, what? I was just happy that he was giving me an adjustment, 50 Cent. So I did it. And then as I'm doing it, 50 Cent gets up, and then all the cameras come out of it's like they came out of everywhere. They were just, oh yeah, there's a camera there. 50's like, there's a camera there. You're on 50 Central, blah, blah, blah. It's all a prank. And I said, oh man. Yeah, they got me, but when I exited, right, and I was getting on the elevator, I bumped into 50 Cent. And 50 Cent came up to me, and he gave me a handshake, and he said, you did a great job. You're very talented. Keep up the great work. And at that moment, I wanted to say, hey, 50, here's my number, here's my card.
For real?
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking. I was just so grateful for the opportunity. I said, thank you so much. I look forward to working with you. I'm a huge fan of your music and everything that you're doing. And then that was it. And I said to myself, darn, if I get that opportunity again, I'll probably sort of introduce myself and say that I've done this and that, and I'm looking to collaborate with various people. But again, I was still pretty new in the business. So, but how would you have handled something like that, though, if you had that encounter?
Same way you did, because
okay. So all right, cool.
One principle I learned as a football player is that when you score a touchdown, act like you've been there before. So yeah, you don't need to act crazy like you ain't gonna never get back in there. Just be like, oh, here's the ball, man. I'll be back. You know, I'll be back.
Like it's no big deal.
So that's the whole mindset I have with acting, because when the amount of opportunities we have to interact with people who are at a much higher level than we are,
right?
And if we conduct ourselves professional and just like, hey, yeah, I'll see you again. That type of mindset, that's what speaks life into the situation. You're gonna cross each other's path again, just like
I agree. Yeah,
and they're gonna respect that more than somebody coming out and like, yo, here's my information and stuff like that. They know, believe me, they know how to find them. They know how to find.
I agree. I agree. Absolutely. It's so easy to find people nowadays.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Have you ever met a celebrity? Because I know in California, I'm sure you see a lot of celebrities.
I have several celebrities as personal mentors. Several who are personal mentors, but I've met numerous celebrities. Wow. Thanks to my publicist getting me into a lot of different events. And every time I interact, like when I met LL Cool J, he was so cool and so nice. And I'm trying to be cool because I'm like, yo, ever since Rock the Bells, everything, I was just like, I was trying to cool.
knock you out.
Yeah, I was just like, but he like was just so cool and just down to earth, and we just talked for a minute. But I didn't go all crazy like, yo, I'm trying to do this, trying to do that. First of all, I don't use the word try. So I just said, I was like, he was like, so you acting? I was like, yeah, I'm acting. He's like, his little New York thing. And he started asking, what am I, what type of work do I like? And I told him, and, I was like telling him how I admire his work and everything. And I was just like, but I'll see you again.
You said that?
That's what I go to. I said, I'll see you again. He was like, I like that. I said, I'll see you again.
Wow. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he'll remember that too.
Oh, believe me. No doubt they remember that. I said that to him. I said that to Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Ooh, Theo. What?
Yeah. Said that to him. And what blew me away with Malcolm Jamal Warner, this was like, because moving out to LA several years ago, the only way I could really get into the landscape of the industry, because I didn't have a whole lot of connects, is I did background for a year.
Okay.
So I actually ended up working on a show that Malcolm Jamal Warner was doing. And it was just like 5 or 6 of us at Paramount Studios.
Okay.
So, we get to the studio and I just sat there, waiting on set. And all of a sudden, Malcolm Jamal came out of his trailer and walked up to me and said, hey, what's up, man? How you doing, man? I'm Malcolm. I was like, what's up? I told him my name. And I was like, man, thank you for just, extending your hand, because I was like, I'm not used to that. I'm used to, you'll see the principal star come out.
Yeah, they don't even acknowledge you.
Don't even see you. This dude made the extra effort and came out. Anthony Anderson did the same thing as well.
Oh, Anthony Anderson.
Yeah, they said hello, and I was just like, I love that. And The Rock said hello to me. That blew me. When The Rock introduced himself, like, he was on Dwayne. I'm like, I want to be like, really? Like, I don't know.
Right.
But the fact that he did it so humble.
Yeah.
I was like, that speaks volumes.
It does.
And those are lessons I learned just from watching them. But every set I used to go to when I would do background, because, man, it's a million studios out here. Every one I walked on, I would stop. And I'll be thanking God for my principal role. I would stop at the trailers and be like, thank you for this role that I'm going to have. They're going to have my name on this trailer. This is going to be mine for this principal role on the show. I would do all that.
Wow.
And I had a habit of doing that because I speak life. And sure enough, over the last year, most of my auditions were taking place at Sony, Paramount, Disney. I'm walking on these lots, no longer as background. They got my name with security. They're like, oh yeah, casting is waiting for you. It's like, all right.
I love it. Yup.
So that's what it's about, man. It really is.
Moving up. I love that.
Yeah. Act like you've been there. Act like you've been there.
So I guess I did the right thing, because I keep regretting not sort of, okay, all right, cool, all right. So I feel much better about it.
If you were there once, you'll be there again.
Wow.
Why would you not?
I agree. But I just think, because sometimes they say you got to jump on it once it presents itself. If you wait, sometimes you miss the boat. So I was thinking to myself, darn, I should have just jumped right in.
50 knows who you are because he saw you work.
Wow.
He saw you work. He need to see.
That's
you
all
work.
that matters.
Yeah, he don't need to see you introducing yourself, and he ain't seen you work.
Right.
He seen you
but
work.
I will say, you know what? I did see him at the table read. You know when you have the table read before you film an episode?
Yeah.
So for Power, I was sitting at the table. It's like a big round table. We're all there. And I came in deliberately with my SMS audio headphones. You know, those are his headphones. And I came in there and he saw me and he gave me the look. And he just gave me a head nod. And that was everything for me. I said, wow. You know.
They remember. And the way I've learned is that every celebrity, even like one mentor I have is Bill Cobbs.
Okay. Oh yeah, Bill Cobbs.
Yes. Yeah. You know, the famous Bill Cobbs, you know, the veteran Bill Cobbs. He took me under his wing from the moment I moved out here.
Right.
And he would take me into casting offices and introduce me to casting directors who knew him. And it blew me away. He was like, I got you. And I would take care of him because, you know, he's older. So I would, if he had an event to go to and his assistant wasn't available, I was like, yo, just give me a call. If I ain't doing nothing, I'll come pick you up and just roll with you.
I love it.
And next you know, he's putting me at tables with big time producers. They're talking about projects for him, but then he starts pointing to me saying, hey, this is one of my proteges. I want you to check him out. I'm just like, and I never asked him to do any of that.
Right.
So,
but how did you guys meet though? How were you able to sort of even connect?
A credible woman that we know, Sylvia Stewart Lumpkin in Cleveland, Ohio, connected us because she knew him. And when she knew I was moving out here, that's why Danny, that's my girl, Danny. You know, congrats on your wedding too, girl. But had to tell that. But she introduced me to Bill before I moved out here. And Bill was like, I got him. And then James Pickens from you know, Grey's Anatomy. He's Dr. Weber of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I know.
He's one of my mentors. Like, I can call him and just be like, hey, I need to process something with you. But never once have I asked him for a favor of a role.
Wow.
Actress Elise Neal.
Elise Neal?
Yeah. She actually, her along with Leah Daniels Butler, cast me in a film called Survivor last year.
What was it called?
It's called Survivor.
Survivor.
Yeah. It's actually going to be coming out later on this year. But Elise is the star of the film. I play a cop in the film.
Okay.
But it was kind of cool that I was blown away that Elise was just like calling me, and she was like, yo, you're going to get a call from casting. Just be ready. I was like, okay. But I had to give credit to her and thank her for that.
Absolutely.
And, Leah Daniels Butler, you know, I thank them because...
Yeah, I know her too. She's great.
Yeah, man, it's just a blessing when you can get into those rooms.
I absolutely agree with that. But you know what it is, Ronnie? The thing about you is that people can see your heart. They can see that you're not there just trying to ride somebody's coattails. They look at you and they can see that you genuinely want to help people. You're not trying to get something out of the situation. And people love that because they're not used to seeing that, especially in Hollywood. I'm sure that doesn't happen a lot. So I would say just keep doing what you're doing because people love your energy. It's your energy. Because I didn't even meet you yet, and I'm already a huge fan of yours. So I know.
I'm a fan of you, brother.
Yeah. Energy is real.
Man, well, I appreciate that. But
absolutely,
I've learned a long time ago that you are in service. So when I moved out here, I started working in the industry with the mindset of how can I serve a project and not how can I get something. Anytime I meet somebody in the industry and if they're talking to me about the project, I'm like, well, how can I help the project, you know, be completed or whatever? What can I do to help you finish your stuff?
Right.
And people are not used to that because everybody's always saying, yo, put me on.
Yo, put me on. Let me get a role. Yeah.
It's
not
like,
even, listen, can I get an audition? Like, give me a role.
Give me a role.
Let me get a role. Like, you're not even asking an audition. You just want a handout.
Yeah. People don't understand the politics that are behind a production.
Yeah.
You got to have a certain level of actor to bring in financial support for the project as well.
Good point.
You know, you got to have actors who have some type of branding that
corporations
are going to be like, hey, we'll put some money behind that. You know,
point.
So when they get upset because they be like, well, why all these big name actors are always in some of these films? It's because they need money to finance the project.
I agree with that.
Also, they need that. First of all, that actor has built their brand. They've earned the right.
They've earned. Good word.
They've earned it. So, but then they need that name also to go with the project to fund it. And you know, I've learned so much living out here. I love it. I'm talking filming takes place 365 out here.
Even now with everything that's happening?
It's very small production. Very small. Okay. But they still produce it.
They're still working.
Oh, auditions constantly. I love living in LA. Excuse me. It makes you grind real hard, man. It makes you go hard. Yeah,
yeah. The next time I come out there, I definitely want to work with you.
Oh, get ready. Danny just asked a question. I'm going to have you answer first.
Okay.
How do you maintain your mental health in the industry?
Well, for me, it's about balance. I try not to let this whole acting thing consume me. I have a life outside of acting. So I have a great partner. I have my French bulldog. I go to the movies. I get away from it. And so that gives me peace of mind. And not even that, but when you have a great support system, that helps too. I don't feel like I'm out there on my own, because a lot of times people will move to Hollywood with nobody in their corner. You need that support system. So I have a really good support system. But I'll let you handle that one.
Well, let me tell you something else I've seen in you. You know who you are.
Ooh.
So you're not looking for your validation from the industry. When you know who you are, and I've seen that in you. You're confident in who you are. Granted, we want every role we audition for.
We do. Right.
But you and I both know it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't happen that way, right?
But you don't look at it like it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
You know, and
that's exactly how I think.
You know how to value. You know when when you look at that person in the mirror, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you like, I know who I am. I love that person. That person is already successful.
Wow, you're reading my mind. That's exactly how I am. I can do the same thing with you. I'm sure you believe in yourself, and you've done things that sort of, you don't need acting to prove that you're valuable and that you're worthy.
No.
So, yeah.
No, it's something that I absolutely love, and I've accomplished so many things in my life that to be able to do this at this point in my life, to me, I consider it a blessing every single day that I'm able to be an actor. And I'm like, I'm already successful.
I love it.
I look at what's been done in the past 5 years of my career. I'm like, wow. I remember
come a long way.
I remember getting an email from Google saying you are now verified on Google. I was like, wow.
How does that happen? How do you do that?
Man, they look at your accomplishments, because you know how many people, when your name is Google so many times, all your stuff that you've done starts coming up.
Wow.
So now it's like a tail of the tape. So I just typed my name in Google. I was like, oh my goodness.
Right.
I was like, I'm successful. Mike says, thank you all. I've gained so much, and the chat is not even done. Man, Mike, thanks for being in this chat, bro.
Absolutely.
Because it really is. It's critical that we discuss these topics, that we encourage each other.
Yeah.
And if other people can see Lester and myself, they can believe that they can do it also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like we got to stick together.
Thank you for the congrats also. Somebody said congrats. Man, I was just like, back to you, man. How was it working on that Wu-Tang saga? Because, I'm a Wu-Tang fan. So I was watching.
Right.
Watching.
Yeah. Well, let me just say kudos to Jessica Daniels' casting in New York City, because she's the one who brought me in for the audition. So I always tip my hat to the casting director. But what happened was, it started out as a self-tape audition. Okay. So I put myself on tape, and I was wearing the orange jumpsuit and everything, right? I sent it in.
Yeah.
And then I would say maybe a couple of hours later, the casting director, Jessica Daniels, said that she wanted me to come in person. So I guess it was like a callback.
Yeah.
So she said, yeah, can you come a little later today? And I said, of course, I'm there. Yeah. So I went in for the callback, and I thought it was just going to be a conversation about the role and things like that, but it was another audition. Like, all right, yeah, so let's just get into the audition and see what you. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I did the audition again. I guess she wanted to see if I could still do it, because sometimes you do it once and they want to see if you can do it again, right? Yeah. Or they want to see if you can take adjustments. Right. So I did it again, and I did an adjustment. She loved it, and I didn't know for sure if I got it or not, but I knew that I did a good job. So I left the room, And I would say within a couple of hours, she called my agent. She called Ann Wright and said, "Listen, Lester, we want to book Lester Greene for the role of Clocker in the Wu-Tang American Saga." And the rest was history. So, but I was on set. Fast forward, I was on set, and they had like a wall of all of the principal actors.
Yes.
It's like a mural. I don't know if you've ever seen that before.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
You have, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, I was just looking like, oh, let me see you on the wall. Because my role, it was a smaller role.
There's no small roles.
There's no such thing as small. No, you're right.
No,
I agree with that. Right. But I wasn't one of the leads, though.
Yeah,
technically
there you go.
Speaking.
Okay.
Right. So I'm thinking, okay, there's no way my headshot's going to be up there. So I'm looking, and sure enough, I see my headshot up there, and it says Lester Greene, role of Clocker. And I said, wow, that was everything to me. I felt like I made it.
Yes.
You follow me? And,
yes.
and then when I sat down for the table read, RZA sat right across from me.
Woo!
And he addressed me by my character's name. He was like, "You Clocker, right?" And I didn't even know what to say because I was looking around like, he talking to me. This is RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. RZA, you know, the man who created Wu-Tang. And I said, yeah. He was like, yo, man, we loved your audition, man. Good luck. And I just couldn't believe he spoke to me. I couldn't believe. I got a picture with him too. I got a picture with him.
I know that's right.
But I got a picture after everything was done on my last day of shooting.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to get it right away because I wanted to show them, no, I'm all about my business. I'm going to do a good job. You're going to be happy with it. But right before I leave, I might try to get a little picture with you guys, but that's it.
Yeah. And
so I was able to get the picture, and it got renewed for a second season. So hopefully my character comes back. I wasn't killed, so we'll see.
Yeah, right? Man, I want to see it happen.
Yeah.
I love seeing my people. I love seeing you win. I think that the more you root for other people, that's when your stuff starts coming to happen. That's awesome. The worst thing a person can do is look at somebody and hate on what they're doing.
Yeah. That's the worst. I agree. Yeah, did you grow up listening to Wu-Tang? Are you a big hip hop fan or?
Yeah, man, hip hop. You know.
Who's your favorite out of all of them? If you had to pick one.
You talking about for an artist overall hip hop?
Yeah, overall artist. Yeah, overall artist.
Woo!
Your whole resume, like who speaks to you? Who would you say, wow, this person really crossed over and sort of took it to another level?
I'm going to give you a couple.
Okay.
Because my college days, it was Public Enemy.
Public Enemy. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Public Enemy, Tribe Called Quest.
Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That was my stuff right there in college, and then Tupac when he started rising up. You know, I started really getting into Tupac a whole lot. Trying to think who else, man, who really got me, because I like poets more. I like people. Yeah, I don't like the hip hop that just talks about me and what I got and stuff like that. I like hip hop. I like the storytelling. I like storytelling with hip hop.
Right. So
I love Nas. I love Nas.
What about Slick Rick? You like Slick Rick?
I'm sorry.
Slick Rick. What about Slick Rick?
Oh man, yeah, children's story, yeah, you know.
Okay. Yeah, KRS-One, or maybe.
I had a chance to hang with both of them 2 years ago.
What? Yeah. How so?
My friend, who is an exec for a company, was invited to KRS-One, Slick Rick. They were performing out here.
Okay.
And next thing you know, he was like, "Guess what, man? We're gonna be backstage the whole show." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was like. So then I'm just standing backstage, you know, just waiting on the show to start. All of a sudden, KRS-One walks up to me. He's like, "Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?" So I was like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Boogie Down Productions."
Yeah.
That's all I was thinking. I was like, "You stay cool." And, you know, and then Slick Rick came out. You know, he had his patch. He was ready to go. I was like, I'm chilling with all these dudes back there.
Wow.
And it was just like, what? This is like taking me back.
To your childhood. Yeah,
man, it was just great, and we was just all cool. And once again, I didn't ask for a picture then. My mindset was like, you know, these are the type of people I'm running with. This is the norm for me.
You'll see them again.
If it's the norm for me, let me conduct myself appropriately.
I love that.
You know, so
I love that. How do you feel about rappers sort of transitioning
into acting?
Are you a fan of that? Do you feel like they're taking opportunities away from us?
Once again, you know my motto, what's for me is for me. I can't hate on a rapper who's built a platform and there's a demand to see this person's face on the screen.
Yeah.
I can't hate on that. They've worked, they've labored, they built an art, they transition to something else. That's just like me if I go out and get speaking engagements all over the place, because they're gonna look at my platform as an actor. So people who are speakers can look at me and be like, "Yo, why are you calling me? I've been speaking in all these other places." It's like I tell everybody, one favor's not fair. What's for you is for you.
I love that. It's a good way to look at it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So that's how I look at it. I'm like, hey man, that role that the rapper is playing is probably not a role for me anyway.
Yeah.
It may not
be. Yeah.
It may not be, but then again, you know, I've seen Common play a lot of different types of roles.
Tell me about it. Yeah, Common's another guy I like. I'm surprised you didn't mention him. I like Common.
Oh, I was heading there.
Okay. I was heading there.
Yeah, because I was actually listening to him before we started, you know.
Okay.
But you know, Common, you know, J. Cole, you know.
Oh, J. Cole.
Kendrick.
Yeah. I got you.
I like storytelling. I like music with a message.
I love it.
Music with a message. You know, so I do listen to some music at times. It's just fun music, but most of the time, I want to feed my spirit when I'm listening to something.
Yeah. So, there has to be substance. There has to be a message.
And one of my favorite rappers also is Lecrae. I like Lecrae.
Oh, Lecrae, Christian rapper. Okay?
I like Lecrae, man.
You know Lecrae, okay.
Yeah, Lecrae, to me, is one dude he drops knowledge, man, and I just like it because he ain't popcorn. He's real with it. He's real with it.
Yes,
So he's gotten my respect.
Yeah, for me, I like, speaking of Christian rappers, I love Christian-based films or faith-based films. I don't know if you're into that, but out here in Atlanta, that's a huge thing, and that's something that I want to do more of. I really want to play those kind of characters.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those kind of roles? Have you ever played a priest or a pastor? I could totally see you playing a minister of some sort.
Well, I'll just be playing myself because I
what?
Yeah,
really?
I've been to seminary and stuff like that. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I just thought it. Oh, okay, I got it.
I actually used to work vocationally as a minister for 9 years in Cleveland.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so I would definitely do that.
You would do it.
I welcome those type of films. My thing when you see a faith-based film is that just be real. Don't water it down. Let people see the real struggle. Because a lot of times a faith-based film is afraid to really
go there.
Yeah, go there. But it's like you kind of have to, because a person really can't feel it if you make it popcorn. If you make it a ABC after school special, you know, people are not going to feel that.
I agree. That might be something for you though to produce. Are you working on?
Oh yeah, that's something that
he's coming. It's on the way. All right.
Yeah. These are things that, as my platform and, you know, my production company, which I'm going to launch my own production company, me and my son, because he's an actor too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you know, we're going to tell stories, and I've already produced my own film called Sleepers. So that was.
Is that the one where you have the gun in the poster with the woman?
That's a spy film.
Oh, when is that coming out?
It's out now. It's on a streaming platform called PJs and Pixels.
Oh, yeah. Send me the link. I'll support it.
I'll send it to you.
Really?
Yeah. So we're turning it into a series now, 10 episodes. We're writing the 10 episodes now. So.
Are you writing it?
I'm co-writing. I have a whole team. Miranda Bowden, Days Judy, and my man Julio. Julio was in it too. So we all putting this together.
That is incredible. What was it like producing that film though? What was it difficult? I'm sure you had some difficulties, right?
Man, I have so much respect for every part of production. I was the executive producer. Well, I am the executive producer. So and I was the casting director. So I cast the film.
Yeah.
The day of filming, I served the crafty. I got the crafty, and I set it up and served Nation. I served my team.
Wow.
I was the location scout. So yeah, that.
So wait, did you? What? No, you didn't have any extra.
I had a director.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right, good.
Yeah, Dave's Judy. He directed it and he wrote it. Him and Julio wrote the film. Wrote it for me.
Okay.
And they actually filmed that day. They directed, because with every other role I played, I was like, somebody else needs to direct, and that's Dave's. He's a great director. So we teamed up together. But it was a lot of work. but I enjoyed that day. I'm talking, we filmed in the house that I rented for 13 hours. We were there.
Wow. So it was a one-day shoot?
One-day shoot. But
okay.
Prior to that, we had 2 weeks of practice because there were fight scenes. Okay. So we had to rehearse the fight scenes.
Right.
How they were going to go. It was a lot of work. An incredible cast that came together. We had the great fight scenes. I basically took elements from James Bond, from The Kingsman, and from Mr. and Mrs. Smith to put together that film. So, and I've always, I'll hashtag myself every once in a while. Black James Bond. Yeah.
I know.
Hey,
I follow you.
I was just like, hey, I can do the same stuff. So I keep myself in great shape because I like action movies. I like action movies. I like to be physical with my movies. So I can't wait for that action movie to break out. And I was like, until I'm waiting for them to do it, I'm gonna produce my own.
Wow.
So
how many minutes? How long is the short?
Just 6 minutes.
Okay, nice. But have you started submitting it to festivals, or is that on?
It's already submitted. Yep, it's in festivals. So
that's awesome.
You know, and I look at it. I was like, wow. I'm now an executive. I'm now a filmmaker.
Right, you're a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
I love that.
It's like,
what about that film where I saw you on top of a balcony? It looked like you were getting ready to commit suicide. Is that your film, or is that?
That's my man, Bluefield Studios, Dave Judy. He's the one who directed Sleepers for me, but he cast me in that role. Okay. And it went perfectly with the book I wrote. So
how so?
Because I had struggled with those issues at one point in my life.
Wow.
So I was like, dude, when you asked me to do this, I said, man, you asked me to play myself.
This is my life. Yeah.
Yeah. I went through this point at one point in my life, and it was like being a black male. It was so hard to talk about that.
Wow. So that film available too? Where can I? Oh,
you can see that on. You go to his YouTube page now because it's been in film festivals. You go to Bluefield Studios. Half Full is available, and the incredible actress Ricky Yvette Westmoreland. She played co-led the film with me. She's amazing. This woman is a chameleon. She can transform. We got we only got like 2 or 3 minutes. Can't believe it's almost over.
Yeah, yeah.
We got to do a part 2 because
we do that.
Yeah, we got to do a part 2. We got to.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I appreciate this opportunity, though. It's great just catching up with you. It's like having a conversation.
That's all we're doing, man. We're encouraging people through these conversations, letting people see that if we're doing it, you can achieve things that you want to do. So I started this whole podcast to encourage people, especially during this time. I had no idea that COVID was going to get this bad in early March when I launched it. But I just felt like people needed to see, oh, dang, we got 2 minutes. They just put the clock on me.
Okay,
so this is what we need to do.
Okay.
I need you to give us 30 seconds of something encouraging that we can chew on and run with for the rest of this weekend into next week.
Yeah, I would just say stay positive, stay creative, especially during a time like this. And don't be afraid to fail. Go after your dreams and be all that you can be.
You hear that? Don't be afraid.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
Simply, but it's true.
Yeah.
You can't live in fear. And you get the right people on the bus with you, and there's no quit. Something you truly desire to do, there's no, as Will Smith said, he didn't have a plan B because he felt like it distracted from plan A.
Right, A, yep.
That's scary. But
it is scary.
When you go all the way hard at something, you're not thinking about anything else. And I want to encourage people with this. Make sure you follow my man Lester Greene. Follow him on IG. Connect with him on Facebook. Buy his book. What's the name of the book again, real quick?
Act Like You Love Yourself.
Act Like You Love Yourself. Buy that book. It's available on Amazon. Get that book. Check out his IMDb, Lester Greene. Go check out his films that he's been in, the projects, Hulu. Check out Power that he's been in, which to me, that's my show. I can't wait to see the Tommy series. I'm looking forward to the Tommy series.
Oh, yeah, it's coming out.
You have watched and listened to RDC Speak Life Sessions. Make sure you subscribe on Apple. You'll be able to watch this broadcast again, and you will see it on my page, Lester's page, my YouTube page, Rodney David Collins TV. And I'm down to 10 seconds. I always close with these 3 things. Make sure you love God, love yourself, and love people, and life will work out for you. Peace.
Peace.
Yes. My dog.